Hey folks, this is Ron from Syfake.com, SYFAKE.com, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching, and here's my theory on death, and I'm going to help you understand. Now, I know my subscribers will understand this. I have a degree in electrical theory. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not a neurosurgeon. So I'm going to explain to you in layman terms what happens after you die. Think of the brain as an old black and white TV. Now, you can ask mom and dad, grandma and grandpa about this. Back in the 50s and 60s, the TV, the black and white, you turn the TV off and the screen would collapse on itself. And so you got that white dot in the center. And that white dot would disappear. That was a TV shutting down. So think of the brain as an old black and white TV. When the brain is dying, it collapses on itself. All that energy collapses on itself and it's transformed. Because energy can't be created nor can it be destroyed. It is transformed. In the embryo stages, think of the brain as a capacitor. The capacitor will retain a certain amount of current and voltage, and that voltage and current is released at a certain point. The brain releases the energy, and the brain is fired up. That's when you are able to retain information. The brain becomes a sponge, and all that information is retained. Now, what happens is the brain doesn't want to retain frivolous information, stuff that I remember that kind of. So the brain puts that in the back of it, in the back. Let's just think back here, database back here, right? And when you want it, you got to really think hard, and it retrieves that information. You can't retain everything and have it all there at once. I mean, you just go nuts. And speaking of which, the brain is, like I said, it's a power factory. So think of power coming into your home, for instance. You have a 15 amp breaker, and you plug in an appliance, and once you plug it in, it trips the breaker because you have a total of 16 amps. The brain will can misfire for, let's say you have depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, different types of mental illness. In my theory, the brain misfires and causes depression, anxiety, schizophrenia. It's like, why can't doctors and electrical engineers come together and say, hey, wow, look at that. The brain is misfiring over here. It's too much voltage, That's why you got the shake in the arm, because you're too much voltage or not enough. And I'm not trying to be silly. I'm just giving you a theory that where you can understand, to help you understand. I'm not trying to minimize your faith. I just want you to understand, or help you understand, my theory here. Now, the brain retains memory, naturally. And so when you die, all the memory is coming together. And that's where I saw my life flash before my eyes. So, again, the brain is like a black hole. The energy just collapses on itself like that. Here's something else. Everything around you right now, if it were not for this brain, obviously, it would not exist. So therefore, did the world actually exist? Yeah, here I go. Did it actually exist prior to your birth? Because Everything around you is relevant only to you. How do you know that I really exist? And how do I know that you really exist? Also, keep in mind, you are experiencing life in the past because the speed of light can be measured. Therefore, you are looking at the past. This is Ron from SciFake.com, and I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you. Thank you.